Well, hello there in YouTube land and welcome back to the channel. And today it's all about, can you actually go to the Twisties when it's raining? So my friend Samir and I, we're gonna, well, do that for you guys. We're gonna risk life and limb to see if it's a good idea or not. Cue the intro. So the whole point of today's ride was, is riding the Twisties in the rain a good idea or not? Now when I first posted the ride on Monday, weather predictions were not that terrible. I had like 30 people saying they were going to show up, or at least interested. So it seemed like it was going to be an epic ride. And then, well, when the weather predictions started getting terrible, I was thinking that nobody was going to show up. But, well, it's good to know that I'm not the only crazy person out there in this weather. So I had Samir with me on the first part of the ride. Now you can see it is raining pretty heavy now. It was supposed to be raining, it said like 30% but by this point, but it started raining pretty heavy and I didn't have my rain gear on, so it started getting cold. So this is when I stopped and I decided, you know what, let me put my rain gear on. Now Samir, He's a trooper. He was not wearing anything, right? I mean, he has his jacket, but it's a mesh jacket, no rain gear at all. But me, I'm an old man, as you can see by this shot. Look at that waistline. Tell me if that's not a middle-aged man crying for help. And now my young boys, my young son's teachers get upset with him because he doesn't know how to dress himself. Well, you can see where he gets it from, because I don't know why they get so upset. I am almost 50 years old and I cannot dress myself. I was trying as hard as I could muster to put on that jacket. Samir said, all right, enough of this. And he decided to help me out there. No homosexuality there, all right? Just friends. Anyway, he helped me out. Oh, this is where we were behind an ambulance. A lot of people say it's a great idea whenever there's traffic, go behind the ambulance, because it's like in football, you have a fullback that is going to be blocking for you. So yeah, but just like in football, everybody wants to tackle you after that. Check it out. 1, 2, 3, all these cars, 4. Everybody wanted to get behind the ambulance. So as far as strategies go to avoid traffic, this one, well, no, it's not a good one. So anyway, now that I put on my rain gear, guess what happened? Obviously, Murphy's always on top of things, and it stopped raining. So I thought, well, maybe it's not going to be that bad. But then, just when I thought that, boom, it opened up again. And so here we are trying to get to our Twisty place. And I mean, I was fine so far. Rain gear held up no problem. And Suki with all the electronic rider age, I didn't even feel traction control or anything kicking in, ABS or anything. So we were fine, and we were not obviously going fast. We were just taking it easy, cruising to get to our destination. And then it started opening up even worse. By the time we got to, well, the town where we were going, which I believe is Patterson or Simonton, one of those towns. Anyway, we got there and it started raining pretty bad. This is where I let Samir pass me on his V-Rod so I can get some good footage of him. And as you can see, I mean, we were riding, not really spirited, we were riding, taking it very careful because, I mean, we haven't ridden in the rain on the Twisties at all. So when we got to the turns, yeah, Samir and I, we were going on our tippy toes. Yes, we were riding really slow, trying not to get the bikes too much on the side of the tire, just so that we can, well, follow rule number 1 of Forever Newbies, which is go home to your beautiful families at the end of the ride. And so yeah, this is where we were checking out how the tires felt in that wet pavement. It was not really cold, but the chill factor, because of the wind and because of the rain, started to feel pretty bad. Now at this point, my rain gear started giving up, and by this time I was soaked. But the good thing about the rain gear is even if it's not holding the water anymore, it does hold the wind. So I was not feeling as cold as I was on my feet and on my hands, because obviously, like an idiot, I forgot to bring the proper boots and the proper gloves. And so yeah, this is one of our favorite roads to take a little bit dispirited. And as you can see, we were riding, yeah, like an old lady. And then I decided, all right, enough of this slow shit. And I really wanted to see if we can go a little bit quicker on the twisties. That was the whole point of the exercise, going that slow. I mean, yeah, it's still fun. I mean, it's still better than sitting down on the couch. I mean, any day of the week. But still, I wanted to go a little bit quicker than that. But still, I was testing the tires, testing the temperature. I was not going to push it. Now, we got to our first stop, and here is where Quinn was meeting us, which is awesome. Another crazy person who was not afraid of the rain. Thank you so much, Quinn, for coming today. And by this time, Samir had to go. And now he told me before even we knew that there was rain that he was just going to join us for the first half of the ride, before you start thinking that Samir was going to quit because of the rain. He was not quitting. So this was the Forever Noobie ride for today. It was me, myself, Quinn, and Samir. So that's 4, if you know how to count correctly. Wait a minute. Maybe not. All right. So just 3, but 3 is a crowd, and I had an awesome time. So after our first stop, I mean, I was still thinking it was such a good idea. I mean, I was going pretty slow because I didn't want to get a ticket. And on this, so I let Quinn go by so that I could take some footage, but I forgot to tell him to take it a little bit easier, because this road is always where you can get in trouble with some police officers. So you have to, well, ride a little bit slow. And so I was going after Quinn, and still, as you can see, it was, I mean, pouring rain right there. And Quinn started going a little bit quicker than I was anticipating, not only because of the tires and of the rain, but also because of what I just told you, right? So at this moment, I was thinking, you know what? I think we're pushing it a little bit too much, which is, I mean, not too fast, but we don't know. I mean, we can get a ticket right there. So we're going a little bit too hard for what I was expecting. And I just forgot to tell him anything before we arrived to that one of our favorite roads. So what I decided to do is, you know what, I'm gonna catch him, and then I'm gonna go up front, so that way I can decide the pace and take it a little bit easier for those 2 reasons that I just mentioned. Well, it took me a while to catch up to him because I was not ready to push Suki. Oh, one of the things I forgot to mention, Quinn has a new bike. He has a GSX-S1000, which is just like my original Suki. Now this one is not the Z version, so that means the only difference is the exhaust is not all blacked out, but basically it's the same bike that I had. And oh man, do I miss my original Suki. So looking here at him on riding that bike, I don't know, this is such a beautiful bike. And one of the things that I don't know if, well, if you're not familiar with Quinn, he's improved a lot from when we started the Noobie rides. And so yeah, very good for Quinn. He has no fear in the rain, so that's a good thing. We'll just make sure that we're always careful, right? We don't want to push it too hard. So this was one of the roads, one of the turns that I like to take a little bit harder. So that's when I decided, you know what, I'm gonna catch him, I'm gonna pass him, and set the pace so we can go slow on our first turn around here on this twisty road. But as you can see, I mean, we're not pushing it, we're just riding, having fun. You don't have to go fast to have fun. This is what we learned on the first part of our ride. And we just took it easy and relaxed. And then by this time we had our second stop, and then I opened up the Weather Channel app to see the radar. And as you can see, I mean, it was pouring right there, but by the time we got to our time, which was around 9:30, it said that by 11 it was going to be clear, especially on the road that we were taking. So we decided to push on. Yeah, let's keep going. It's gonna be, I mean, we're gonna find some dry roads, and everybody's gonna regret it. And that was our thinking. So we kept going, and we went back on this twisty road, and then we found some a little bit more twisties that we like. And by this time it was still raining, and as you can see, it started pouring, and then it started drowning us. And then I found out the hard way that my phone, it is water resistant and not waterproof. So I learned the hard way what the difference is. So I had to get a new phone today if I want to continue. All right, so this is when we decided, you know what, it's not going to stop. We made it all the way to Brenham, and I saw this restaurant, so I asked Quinn, hey, you want to go inside, maybe have some light brunch, because it was still too early for lunch. And then we decided, no, we're soaked, we don't want to go inside a restaurant dressed like that. So we just decided, all right, let's call it a day and go back. But while we were going back, Quinn opened up his app, saw that one of our favorite roads was drying up. So we decided, you know what, I think it's gonna be a good idea then to stop, refuel, and well, go check him out. Go check it out. Go check out the twisty road and see if we can, well, get some twisty fun. And I mean, I was still, and I let him lead because he knew the way. I did not. And I don't know if I told you guys about this. I have a new rig set up here so I can have my phone and my camera, which next time I'm gonna use a Ziploc bag or something. You see the traction control hitting there, because now I know where I'm going. But still, I let him lead so that I can follow and maybe get some good footage. And we were supposed to be taking it easy because, I mean, even though it stopped raining, the roads were still pretty wet. But I guess Quinn did not get the memo, and he was not riding like a bat out of hell or anything, but still, he was riding a little bit more spirited than I was expecting. So especially on the turns, because by this time, I mean, I've had some more of a bit of a knowledge on how the bike is going to handle, but I mean, I didn't want to hit a patch where it's wet, and I was going to low side the bike, so I was taking it easy. And but yeah, I mean, Quinn, as you can see, he's improved a lot, and he's not afraid of the water on the road. So I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, but his technique has improved a lot, and he's riding a lot better. I don't know if it's the bike that is better, because he used to have a GSX-S1000, which I believe is faster and more sportier. I mean, but I don't know. But at this point, I started feeling a little bit better, so I thought, you know what? Let's have some fun. Let's enjoy Suki. I was riding in rain mode, mind you, so I didn't want to go all crazy and put it on B mode even. But on C mode, I think it has sort of the same power, or maybe a little bit more than the 750, but it feels a lot similar than what the 750 used to give me when I used to own my Suki #1. So yeah, I mean, for everybody who said it is not possible, you don't have a good time riding in the rain, well, I don't know. We did have a lot of fun, and we found this patch of road that was not that cold or not that wet, It stopped raining for a while, and I mean, we were not really pushing it, we were having fun. So yeah, you have a little bit more fun when you ride fast. So that's why we were looking for dry roads, but still better than being on the couch just sitting and hoping that the weather is going to be perfect, because it's never going to be perfect. It's either going to be too hot, or it's going to be too cold, or it's going to be raining, or you know what, I don't know, just enjoy. As you can see by this time and this moment in the day, I had my confidence a little bit back, and yeah, we were having fun. And I just want to thank Quinn for finding that road and for coming today. It was awesome. I hope to see a lot of more of you guys next week and on the future rides. But for now, I mean, yeah, we had some fun. Final thoughts now. Well, you know, the first rule of forever newbies is to go home to your beautiful family at the end of the day. As you can see, today I'm with my son, and he's shy, he doesn't want to participate. But anyway, look at him now. So what did we learn from riding in the rain on the Twisties? Well, we learned a couple of things. The first thing is that you can ride the Twisties in the rain. And we learned another thing is you don't have to go fast to have fun. Although we also learned that it is more fun to go fast. Anyway, that is it for today's video, guys. Thank you so much for watching and so much for supporting the channel. Remember, if you liked the video, to give it a thumbs up, subscribe, hit the bell button. If you don't like the video, well, you know what to do. Share it with all your enemies. And I'll see you guys